Last week I got really cross with magic login links. Magic login links were added to Bubble right the way back in 2021, and I thought for the app that I'm building for our members to help them explore our vast library of videos, the quickest route to an MVP would be to use magic login links, because you just get to save time not bothering with passwords, email confirmation, etc. But I encountered a series of bugs. I'm not the first to find them. We're going to be looking through a couple of forum posts dating back more than a year on the Bubble forum, and I just thought it is worth exploring and demonstrating the issues that I face with magic links. Because if I was building an MVP now, would I use magic links? Well, under some circumstances, yes, but under others, it just is not a time-saving issue. So let me start with one of the issues, which is exposed by Stuart here. So over a year ago, Stuart notes that when you send a magic link to a Microsoft corporate email, this is particularly if the Microsoft Outlook set up by a company has a thing called safe links enabled. That means that when an email is received into one of their team members' inboxes, Outlook actually goes and visits the link. This is bad because it means that your magic link will expire, because it's as if someone clicked it before your user actually gets a chance to read it. I identified this first with some internal testing we were running, and then found Stuart's fantastic write-up here. But the issue is, this is not isolated to Bubble. For example, if you go over to the Ghost forums, Ghost is well, it's like WordPress was, but it's a dedicated blogging platform that you can run just like WordPress. And they are also sharing that there is an issue with Outlook safe links. And it goes on to say that Ghost made an update to fix this. So this is not something that we can fix, but it's something that Bubble can fix. But in all honesty, I think it's so far down any bug report logs that they've got, it just simply hasn't been fixed, even though it was first identified all those years ago. So that's one of the bugs. The other bug that I encountered is going to be, where is it? Here we go. So I had a system set up where an external trigger through an API call would send a magic link, and I thought that this would save me loads of time, because it would mean that I could sign users up, or I could deploy user accounts without them having to go through a form in Bubble, and they'd simply get a link that they could click and like bam, they'd be right into their account. Remember, magic links are supposed to be convenient, although there are a number of studies showing how, compared to typing in a password or passkeys, come on passkeys, hopefully passkeys are going to be on every app, every web application soon, but they're not at the moment. Of course, if someone has to open up their inbox and wait for an email to arrive, of course, emails are not technically meant to be instant. There's some interesting articles you can read about that. Someone can wait 10 minutes for an email to arrive in their inbox because it's going through all of those spam filters. Again, we noticed that this was more common in Outlook and Microsoft like Exchange servers than it is with, say, Google and Google Workspace. But that being said, it should be more convenient, or at least I thought it was more convenient for me as the app dev. But there was this other issue, which is that when you trigger a magic link to be created through a non-authenticated backend workflow, which is what you would need if you wanted an external trigger to say, here is an email address, send them a way to log in, it replaces the app, the actual custom domain of the app, with the temporary domain that you have when you first create the app. Now, there are workarounds for this that are documented. I believe that they're they're on a different part of the forum. The workaround, of course, is to do a find and replace. So you would find bubbleapps.io and you'd replace it with the actual custom domain. So it was after a series of debugging this, finding that it was written up, then frankly experiencing the issue that if someone signs up with their work email and it's like a Microsoft Exchange account, then maybe they would never be able to log in with Magic Link, and that's only something that Bubble can solve. I decided I would just add a password field in, but then I had to redesign my whole Stripe payment. Basically, I thought what I was doing would be so simple, and in fact, because of these bugs with Magic Link, it ended up actually taking me days to rework what I thought would be quite simple into something which I now think I should have done from the start. Just use a password, use email confirmation. I believe though that email confirmation, if you look at the destination address here, where it goes to an API endpoint, I believe that email confirmation and password reset work differently. They actually go to a page with a key in the page rather than going to an API endpoint. Anyway, that's enough of my complaining about magic links. Do leave a comment down below if you think magic links are still useful or if you have found them as frustrating as me. I just really hope that Bubble would fix it, just like how we saw Ghost was able to fix it. I believe a simple way of excluding a visit from an Outlook bot and not counting that as a link click and then expiring the URL.